Hi, this is David Tierney with Designs by Tierney and another WordPress tutorial. In this tutorial I want to show you how to add a submenu on a page to navigate through sections of a page. Sometimes you've got a page that just has a whole ton of content on it and you want to make it easy for people to, within that page, let's say they go to your About page, in my example here. So I've got an about page, I've got a short welcome, I've got a section about our staff, a section about the offices, about our facility, maybe it goes on and on. And I want to make it easy to be able to go to those different sections, and even just looking at the above the fold view, as they say, basically what we can see here is we don't really know all that's on the page. So by putting a little navigation on the side here, none of this is really an elegant design, it's just kind of a simple demonstration here for the purposes, but so you can make this as appealing, as attractive as you want. But functionally, what we want to do is, we want to make a little menu here so we can click on, we can, first of all, we can see easily that there's sections of the page. Our staff, our offices, our facility. We can call this whatever we want, we can call these whatever we want. Generally we want to call these the same thing we're calling our subtopics on the page. So let's say we want to go to the offices. We click on offices and it takes us right to our offices. We want to go to our facility, boom, takes us right to the bottom of the page. Can't actually go farther down because that's at the bottom of the page. Our staff. That's a nice little navigation, and it's a nice feature, but it's a bit complicated to do if you don't know your way around WordPress, so that's what we're going to do here. The first thing we've got to do is, once we've got our page created, what we're going to do is we're going to create, first we're going to put what's called an anchor associated with each one of our titles. So we're going to go and we're going to edit this page, the About Us page, and we're going to put an anchor here, and an anchor here, and an anchor here, and then we're going to create links to each one of those anchors, and then we're going to create a little navigation to put in the sidebar for navigating through those. So let's start out by going into our About page, and this is what it looks like, and I want to go ahead and get rid of these and just show you how we created them. So here's our About page as it is. We've got offices, we've got the facility, and I'm going to create one for you. So to create an anchor, first of all, there isn't a button here to create an anchor in a standard WordPress install. So what I've done is I've added a plugin, and what you do is you go here, you go to plugins, add new, and you type in Tiny Mice Advanced, TINYMCE Advanced, and you'll find a couple of different plugins, and one of them will be, we'll go ahead and look at it real quick, installed plugins. Yes, we'll leave the page. Got a pile of plugins here. We're looking for this one here, Tiny Mice Advanced. There's another one called Advanced Tiny Mice Configuration or Config. You don't want that. This is one you want, Tiny Mice Advanced. There's another great one called Ultimate Tiny Mice. They're both great. I'm pretty sure Ultimate Tiny Mice has the anchor on it as well. So when you create that, use that plugin, you can actually customize the buttons that you have up here, and you can add in this anchor. You can see they've got a little icon for an anchor. And an anchor is a technical term which simply means what we're doing. We're putting something into a page which allows us to then create a link to that place of the page. So I'm going to get rid of the anchor, and we're going to add it again. So I just put my cursor right before the title where I want to add the anchor, and I'm going to click on this anchor, boom, and I'm going to type in a name. Now it can't be, there's a limitation in what you can type here. You can't type, you can only type one string of characters, like one word. I don't know if you can have numbers, I'm not really sure, but so you just keep it simple. I'm going to call this staff. I'm not sure, you might be able to do staff underscore something, but I'm not really sure. I'd have to look into the fine details of that, but I know you can just put in a one word. So we're going to insert that, and it inserts this little icon of an anchor in there, and it means that we've just inserted that into there. And I've got to keep this quick because the YouTube video likes have to be 10 minutes, and you don't want to spend a lot of time watching anyway. So I've created one for our offices, and I've created one for our facility. So now we've created how we're going to link. We're going to update the page with our changes. And the next thing we're going to go is we're going to go here to links, and we're going to go to all links, and we're going to see that what I've created is I've created a link to each one of those sections of that page. When you first come here, there'll be a whole bunch of links by default, possibly in your install. You can click here; it'll select them all, hit delete, and hit apply, and it'll just delete all of the ones that are there, and you'll start from scratch. So we're going to look at how I've created one of these. Here's our staff, and here's the name is our staff. That's what's going to show up in the link on the side of the page. And then here's the key part. It says web address. You're just going to put pound, the pound sign, and then the word that you use to create that anchor. So we use the word staff. We're going to type in staff, and that's all we have to use. Now this will only work on that specific page. If you wanted to have this link work from another page of your website to go to that specific section, then you would actually have to put the full HTTP colon, mysite.com / and then maybe about us. So you'd have to put the whole URL in there, and then the pound staff would come right after the word without a slash. It would look just like that. But if it's going to be just on that page, the link's going to be just on the same page that you're going to. You can just put pound and then the word that you use to create the anchor. Description, as it says here, this will be shown when someone hovers over the link in where you put it, and so you can put the same thing you put under name. Here you want to create a category so that you can put all of your buttons in the same grouping, because that's how we're going to create a menu. And so what I did was I add a new category, That's how you create a new category. Super easy. But in this case, I already created one called About Us, and that's the one we're using here. And so then when you create the other two for our offices, which I've already created in our facility, you would then go ahead and click on the About Us category so that they're all categorized together, and you'll see later this is how we're gonna organize them. Down here, these aren't so important, but you can click on the top. By default, nothing's checked, and it's fine to leave it that way. And here, this is another web address of mine on the same website. You can click this. Again, it doesn't really matter. You can leave that blank. Hit update to update your link, and then you're going to go ahead and click add new, and you're going to create all of the different links you want for that page, and I've created the 3 links here. So now we've created the links on the page. Now we've created these links to link to those pages, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add a widget. We're going to go to Appearance, Widgets, and we're going to add a bookmark. You can see with your widget options, there's one down here called Bookmarks. An advanced widget gives you total control over the output of your bookmarks, and in parentheses it says links. And so what I've done was I just simply grabbed and dragged this up into the primary widget area, which for most websites is in the sidebar. And we've already created one, so I'm just going to show you the one we created. And so here's our bookmarks. And I've selected the category About Us, which is the category that has the links in it that we created when we were up here in links. We created a custom category called About Us, and you can call it whatever you want, but it'll show up here once you create it, and it has links in it. So we selected that category, and then we will save it. And at that point, you will have created just what you want. You will have created this. It will show up in the sidebar. The problem at this point is it's going to show up in the sidebar of every page of your website. So I've added a new plugin another plugin to the WordPress install called Widget Logic Visual. Now, there's two plugins you can get. One's called Widget Logic, the other one Widget Logic Visual. I'm not sure if there's others. Widget Logic Visual is a little bit more user-friendly, but it's a little bit buggy. But it allows you to edit the limitations and specify that it will only go on that one page. My 10 minutes is almost up, but those are all the steps you'll need to know once you save it and you click on the edit limitations and you edit your limitations and you specifically say, we're going to go ahead and see if we can cram this in our 10 minutes, edit our limitation. We want to put it on a page. We don't want it on every page. We want it on the About Us page. We're going to add it, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Read the comments for more tutorials, and have a nice day.